gamers and coffee. And well, you can see a little bit different. This is the kids' room. This is my son's room. I have video games that are painted on the wall here. Oblivion, oh, Star Wars, Black Ops, it's all done on the roof. So I'm in this room here. I have work being done in the front room. I see will get replaced in there. So it's everything's taped off. My normal desk and all that, all covered in plastic. And that's why I'm going to here on my laptop and we shall see how this goes. So again, you're welcome to Sunday Gamer Video. Glad that you guys are here. And for all of you, I hope that this year wraps up. You guys have a good year. Get on the river here. Talking to you guys. So you're going to check out the channels there that I hang out with on my list there. Everyone is a good channel to do it. And everything else, vegan today. All right. So what am I checking my phone for? Okay, let's check the 3D printing. What is that? I don't know. How is it that? Well, I don't know. Keegan, did you send like a regular text message? Normally you send something to um, you haven't got your text, man. The sound is like I'm underwater. Sound is good now. Okay. Um, I didn't do anything. It might just be as a wireless connection, and I'm using the laptop. Right? So, I mean, what are you? That's not on me. That's not the photo. All right, how is that? Let's try that. We'll see what that does. Well, I can't go grab my mic, Keegan. Still no sound, or it sounds good? What do I got? It depends on who I'm talking to. Hi, Mythos. How does it sound to you, sir? Keegan says it's fluctuating. Maybe it's his phone, and Mini Wormut says so. But I'm just using the laptop and the built-in mic. I'm not using my good mic, or I don't have the ability to. My desk is covered in plastic, and they're redoing the walls, so I have absolutely no way to use my desk at this point. What? Where am I? Okay, Mythos, see this? This is Oblivion, Modern Warfare. This is the kids' room. They at one point, if you look up at the ceiling here, like Dead Space, this whole room is covered in video game stuff. There's Star Wars written on that wall, Halo over here, Black Ops over here, Homefront. If you guys remember the Homefront game, which is like, Red Dawn, basically. It was a damn good game. So, can you hear me now then, I guess? Yes. My sound is on there, Mini Warmut. Yeah, this is their I have to because they're look, see, there's a flag print spray painted over there. And the ceiling they've got all the gaming stuff done. And well, I'm glad the sound is great now, Mini Warmut or Keegan. It could have just been going through servers. It's tech stuff. I mean, otherwise, this is a. So, anyways, again, my front room, the ceiling's being torn out. We're redoing it, so everything's covered in plastic. I can't get to my desk at all, so I'm just using the laptop. But look, Mythos, I got coffee in it. So I'm using your cup, sir. And okay, it sounds good. Thank you. And if you guys want a cool cup like this, then go to Frost and Fish channel. They got a link. You can buy a coffee cup and support them. Go do it. It'll help them. Plus, the cups are cool. You just made a fresh pot yourself there, Mythos. Nice. All right. So, anyways, that's where I'm at. This is just Josh and Dylan's room, and this was all done by them and Ashley. They went to town and did it all when they were a little younger, and so now the room's kind of empty. So I used it to stack stuff from the front room in here and work. And then if I turn this way, you can see the table there. I'm working on that Hex game, Mini Warmut, if I can. But what's going to happen now is this room is going to get converted into the Gamers with Coffee room. So I got some wood flooring, and we'll get that converted over. And then this will be a place to come game with gaming memories. And there we go. It'll be all about games. So that's why this backdrop looks different. I'm not in the corner in my front room. So this room's getting, yeah, it's pretty cool. It was all done. So I'm just going to keep it that way. It's part of them. And they still come by once in a while. So, hey, now when Dylan's out most of the time, my youngest, but when he comes by, I'm going to give him my other daughter's room. Haley, she had a small room. So I'm basically going to put a bed in there. He comes by to spend a night or something. He's got a place to crash. If Keegan needs a place to crash, I got the shed Keegan and a portable heater. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it did get too hot for me in the corner, sir. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm going to do some rearranging, but I have to wait for the ceiling to get finished here. 90 degrees. Where at? Where's it? Oh, the corner was 90 degrees. You made a geometry joke, Keegan. Don't do that to me. I don't want to think today. And after this show, you guys, about an hour or so afterwards, Mini Warmut, Jeff from Hex to Hex is going to do a video call with me because I can't figure out where some of these little chits go on that map. The Cowboy Zombie game, how did that go? It went really cool. It's Zombicide Undead, and so there's a train in it. The train comes through the middle of town. When it does, any of the zombies in the zones it's in, it kills them all. So as soon as it shows up, it comes in a section. And when it comes in, it kills, what am I doing? It kills that area, those zones that the train moves into 4 zones. So all the zombies sitting in those zones, they all get killed. So it's kind of nice. It's like a giant Molotov cocktail, because in this one we got surrounded. We almost didn't get out. It really and truly got to be really, really tense. And it plays different. There's balconies in the game, Mini Warmut. So your people can be elevated. It's like they go upstairs in the room. Of course, it takes an action to go in the room, an action to go upstairs. But when you're up there, that's its own zone, and it can shoot down. So it's really pretty cool. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. It's a whole different concept, though, to to Zombicide. So, but it did go good. We won barely, and only literally because the train came in. Had the train, the way the counter is, mini warm up, you got the map right, and then you put the counter at this end. Each turn, when you spawn the zombies, this token moves. It's like a countdown at the end of every round. So by the end of the fourth round, that train then shows up. It counts down the tracks, and then the train comes on. I don't know. I guess like the towers in Prison Outbreak. Yeah. So once the train shows up, you can get on it. You can shoot from the train. You have to get to the train. This scenario was there was objectives in each corner, all four corners. So that made it difficult. And then we had to gather all these and get to the train. But you couldn't have any zombies on the train. When it comes in, again, it eliminates them. But they can then come onto the train. So the train has to leave with you got to make sure when the train leaves, there's no zombies. You're not transporting zombies to another area. Speaking of trains, you know what I mean? So me and you got to finish that game with McMurray. But yeah, so it was pretty cool. It was an interesting take on it. I don't know. I just got used to playing zombies one way and then that. But mini warm up, I did put that little video up on YouTube of my unboxing, which I think you've seen. That was just the stuff that you guided me to. So I give the credit to Mini Warm Up for letting me know that there was a sale on at Game Steward, and it was huge for that. Yeah, you need some mountain terrain, so that would be good. Get my Thundercats for blood. No. I don't need to get Thundercats. I already have enough Mini Warm Up. I have enough for right now. So, and those Kickstarter guys I got, they're vicious. They're literally vicious. Yes, Thundercats. Ho, you're right, Thundercats. But I'm not. Right now, I'm okay Mini Warm Up. I need more. Yeah, I also need to do things like pay bills. Yeah, food for the week, coffee. So yeah, but yeah, I appreciate you sending me the links because it saved me $108. So that was fantastic. Keegan, what power do you have? Oh, bean power. After you eat a bunch of beans, Keegan's full of hot air. We'll put it that way. Yeah. What? No. An Iron Maiden set. Okay. If you say so. I guess we'd have to play some Iron Maiden music during that, though. But then they probably scream it's copyrighted, which I can never figure out. When you buy the song, isn't it yours? You're not using it in advertising. Why can't you play it in the background? Oh, wait, you don't really own the song. You're leasing it or some stupid thing. Yeah. You were right. It was not a deal to pass up. It could not have been passed up at all. Not at all. So I did get the Plague Gang and the Orphan Gang, like I said, but I think I've got enough. I mean, I've got enough. Run to the Hills. That would be a good song. No joke. That'd be good. Run to the Hills. If you could get away with playing it in the background. Again, I don't see why you can't. But the greed in this world is stupid. You know, I mean, that's like buying a hammer and saying, I can't go outside and use it on a nail because somebody might see it and the hammer is copyrighted. This is dumb. But I notice even if you try to live stream like to Facebook and you got the radio playing, it won't let you do it because it hears music, but it's coming over the airwaves for free on the radio. So, you know, it's dumb. I'll get off my tangent because it's dumb. Okay, so what is Batman really going to do? Really? What's he going to do with zombies? I don't know. I'll have to find out. I guess he could get out there and do it. Oh, that's the only thing I got to get used to. Stop. When I click on the side of the screen, it'll always put the other message up. Well, that's cool. I mean, they got a lot of releases for Zombicide. Oh, Joker will be an abomination. That would be nasty to deal with. I don't think he would be. They would have to just by default make it just about unstoppable. They couldn't. It would have to be a 4 or 5 hit kind of type abomination. It couldn't. You'd have to be able to. I don't know. It would be the Joker. So really, they would have to make it tough. Why can't he be the abomination, Keegan? He could. Why not? I mean, he may as well. I agree with you there, Mythos. Amazing Abomination would probably be undefeatable. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're painting up. Mini Warmut says he is painting up Zombicide Marvel Wolverine right now. Okay. Well, Wolverine should be able to do some damage. His melee should be his claws, and he should be able to have more than 1 point of damage. Those things should be automatically. He should be able to kill an abomination in the same zone because it's Wolverine. I mean, he just should be able to do that. Oh, Winter Soldier. Okay, well, not the same. But Wolverine would make a badass character, man. He would be something you could, everyone would want to play. So yeah. So yeah, it's all good. All I know is now I got pretty much enough for Invader. I've got the doors. I even got the card holders, mini Warmut, which I didn't need but couldn't resist buying. And so I can do things a little at a time like that. Well, it's the next Zombies release next year. Well, if he could be played in Invader, I would do it. But if he can't, I don't have the other ones, and I'm not going to buy the other ones because Clint and Keegan have the other ones. They already have the other games. So there's no need for me to. If I want to play, I can game with them because they have it. But that Undead or Alive is interesting because you have bonus weapons, and you have to accomplish. It's kind of like Call of Duty, when you give those little challenges. So they each have a challenge, and when you complete that challenge, then the weapon is upgraded. So that's kind of interesting. Uh-oh. You had to super glue the card holders. So are they just made crappy then, or what is it? Are they just junk holders? I mean, what are they? So let me know if they were loose or whatever. But you shouldn't have to glue them together. I don't know. I haven't opened mine yet, man. They're still over there in the box. So next Sunday I might have. Well, I should have the front room done during the week here, and get that done. But let's see. What did Mini Wormwood say? Oh, they were tough. Well, open them. I don't have. I will. But where I stack my games is covered in plastic, sir. So probably won't be able to do anything with those until Wednesday at the earliest. So then I've got to try to rearrange stuff, and I got painting to do now. The ceiling will be done. So I'm just kind of hoping that by the end of the week, that's all done, and then I can do my show. But I had to even take down the overhead camera, and I don't know if I'll put that one back up. I got to figure a different thing. But broadcasting from here is not bad either, other than it took a second. It felt like, I guess, for the sound to catch up. You'll host the game with the possibility of a cactus abomination chasing us. What the hell is a cactus abomination? I mean, do we really need anything harder to beat? Some of these guys are. This game, there was simply a luck out because in Undead or Alive, you have, the old Gatling guns, crank cavalry Gatling guns. So you have one mounted to a wagon because the whole thing's Western themed, right? And the wagon is positioned at the end of a street while it shoots down to the crossroads. So I was able to clear out a bunch with the Gatling gun. And as you fire the Gatling gun, Mini Warmut, you fire one round. For instance, I think you use 3 dice, and then you fire again, you use 4, and you fire again, you use 5. Because as you're doing it, it's putting out more and more bullets. So the more you use it, the more dice you roll against your enemies. So I spent all 3 of my actions doing that, and I mowed down a square of them. So that works, but then you have to get on the train, so you can't just stay at the wagon. And if you try to move the wagon, it takes 3 actions to move it one zone. So you could, but there's almost no point because you've got to try to get to it. So yeah, the Gatling gun's cool. It made a big difference. And you can destroy the spawn points in this too, like you can in Invader, or, where you can grenade them. You can destroy the spawn points here with what they called holy water. Like, so one of your characters is, 2 of your characters are called the faithful. So they're like religious characters. And the holy water, it burns the spawn points. It's not like a Molotov cocktail where it destroys everything. It's solely for destroying that. And spots where they can spawn, because they can spawn where dead bodies are. And in this one, in different rooms, and there are dead bodies around. So yeah, there's 3 classes in the game. And Mythos, the Gatling gun is pretty cool. If you get on it right away, and, sometimes, like for me, I jumped, because you start by the wagon, it takes an action to get up there, right? But on your next turn, you're already up there on the gun. So you can use all 3 actions. My character had 4, it's special abilities. So I used 3 of them just for cutting zombies down. So it worked out. That helped. And then that holy water stuff I drew in a search. So you can throw it up to another zone. So it doesn't have to just be used in your zone. Like you can walk into a room and throw it into another room where the spawn is. As long as you throw it in that room, it's going to break open and it destroys it. So shutting down one of the spawns next to us helped, because at one point, if you're able to go back, if you got the time, you're going to see the board is full. We ran out of figures. We literally, when the train came in, the train took out probably 2 or more dozen zombies that had been piling up in areas, because the religious characters there, they have an ability to, oh my God, I can't remember the name of it, but they have an option to take an action. They can throw something in a room or in a zone, and it freezes the zombies, so they can't move. Now you can't get out of the zone. You can't wiggle out like with Slippery or something. Like if there's 10 in the zone, you obviously don't have 10 actions to get out, so you're screwed. But it will stop them. They can't move, so it can hold them back. But that only lasts 1 turn, but it'll still hold them back so that when it's time for them to move, they can't. So there's some interesting things to that that I thought was just kind of unusual. Yeah. Some of them can search multiple times, it looks like. I don't know all the rules, Mini Warma. I just know that you start off with whatever weapon your character allows you to. So in my case, the character could start off with a pistol. And you'll start with a weapon. You don't just not start. Some of the religious ones are called the faithful. That class, they can pick any weapon they want to start with. And then you got your options. But then again, you've got these bonus weapons that if you achieve a certain thing, you unlock what's on the back of that card, which is a more upgraded version of the weapon or something. So if you have the chance to do it, but we got swarmed right off the bat. Clint was trapped for several rounds in one room, and literally all he could do was kill what was in front of him. He couldn't get out. And the spawn point was in the room in front of him. So he was backed into a corner there. So it got almost unwinnable at one point. And I think the two things that saved us was the train, destroying that spawn point. Well, three, I guess. The Gatling gun helped. But you couldn't stay sitting on that forever because you also had to be on the train. So if you sat there and lingered around trying to use it, you might not make the train either. Because once that counter goes down to the end, you're out of time. The train comes in on one turn. The next turn, it'll be over here, and then it'll leave. And if you're not on the train, you're done. You lose. So you can't hang around and try to stay on it. Like they've designed it that way, it looks like. So you got a chance to clear a path, but you also can't just sit there and mow them down. And me, I ended up being in the orange real quick. I mean, literally, because you pick the objective up, and there's 5, and then I started mowing them down, and I literally it threw us to yellow, and then it threw us to orange, and it was fairly quick that way. So yeah, I mean, it was fun. You can tell I liked it. It's pretty fun. And if you like zombies, then you're gonna like this, and it was just cool. So it worked out pretty good that way. Pretty good. Mini Warm-Up wonders what the horse options would be like. I don't know, Mini Warm-Up. I literally have no idea what the horse options will be like. You got me? Not sure. Because I didn't know what those were. I do know that, again, if you're going to move the wagon, it requires you use 3 actions. So it takes your actions to move it. But if you have horses, well, then they should be able to. Also, the one character has a jump ability, so she can walk and jump up onto the balconies, where the others have to go in the room. That's 1 action. Up the stairs, and 2 actions, and then onto the balcony. So this character could just jump, and that Clint had that character. Okay, Mini Warm-Up. Yeah, come on. I played the game. 1 game, 1 time. I didn't read the rules. I just did what Clint said. So I have no idea what the rest is in that game. All I know is there's more options, and so I can pass some of these little nuggets on to you about what that is. I really don't know otherwise. And I know you're teasing me. It's okay. But yeah, it's fun. You're going to like it. And it's quite interesting. The train option is just different, way different. So yeah, pretty good. You would like it, Mythos, also, I believe. But definitely you can't sit around. This one, it forces you to move rather rapidly. If you don't, you're just going to get overrun because you don't have enough actions to get away from people. And there is no slippery that I know of. Now, I was wondering when they froze them, if because they were frozen, I mean, you could get out. But I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it was fun. I'm just not an expert on it. I could just tell you it was fun. It was a good time. Very much fun. So you guys like zombies? Go check out Zombicide. What? Mini Warm-Up says be on the lookout for a video of evil snowmen and killer Christmas trees. Okay. Go ahead and do that, Mini Warm-Up. You make it as terrifying as possible. I mean, we already have gingerbread guys with spears, so really. What's the point? Oh, a sharp point. That's what the point is. So there you go, Mini Warm-Up. We'll keep an eye out for it. If you're almost done, it'd be interesting to see how you got them painted up anyways, for sure. So shouldn't this be like Die, 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 die. Something like that. You took all that fun and let's just make it. Yeah. That's okay, though. Evil snowmen and killer trees. Yeah. It's all good, Mini Warmut. So just don't go teaching any kindergarten classes and you'll probably be okay. You know, I can see kids walking into the store screaming if they see something. Ah, it's because of what I was watching on TV. But yeah, Mini Warmut does some interesting things, you guys. You check out his channel too. So he does a lot of training and lately a little bit of darkness. So go see what he's got. It's interesting. But yeah, so today, or not today, this week, it'll be mostly me finishing up the work on the ceilings and stuff. So I won't have much time to do miniatures, I don't think, this week. But I just got to get that other stuff done and out of the way, so that it's done. So other than that, you're still waiting for yours, though, right, Mini Warmut? So once you get it, you're gonna like it, and you'll have some fun with it because it's a good game. It really is. And like I said earlier, after the show, Jeff from Hex to Hex is gonna give me a video call later tonight. And unlike Keegan, who charges me $1.99 a minute for whatever reason, Jeff's not charging me. He's gonna help me figure out where some of these chits go on this game because I still have something to punch out, man. I still have to figure out, yeah. I have to figure this out anymore, Mutsy. I'm getting stopped. I'm trying to get dozens of these out, and then boom. And that's just the Soviet side. So this is the German side. I haven't placed theirs yet. So we'll see. It's because I don't understand quite all the markings. So some of them are, I guess, like a generic term. So we'll find out. It's all good, though. I'll just have some more coffee and take it from there. And at least that table I told you guys I got, that banquet table, it's perfect for the maps and perfect for this. So this rule book here, is, well, let me show you. It's not that it's a big rule book. It's just this. These are all codes to place all these chits. And it goes on to the next page too. So each one of those gives you it goes on this hex at this marking for this unit, for this mortar crew, this infantry division, this whatever. And so yeah, it's a little bit because I'm not used to it. Just this alone is the rifle division for the Soviets. And each of these are chits on different numbers of hexes. And so that's still the Soviet stuff. The German stuff is next page. So I've gotten dozens of them out, but some of these markers are, to me, once you know what you're doing with this, then you know. But because I don't know and never done it, I can only do that. Oh, hey, there's Jeff. He showed up. Hey, Jeff, I was just trying to show Mini Warmut why you're helping me because I don't understand where all these go. But again, Mini Warmut, it's only daunting a little because I've never done it. But I think once you look at this stuff and you know where it goes, then it would be quite quick. Okay, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. But some of these, Jeff's being kind enough, you guys, to come on and help me later and let me know where it is I can place these, because if I'm going to do this, I want to do it correctly, Mini Warmut. So yeah. So thank you, Jeff, in advance for helping me later finish placing out these arms, because once they're placed, then I can start doing moves and see how this goes. And that's what I want to do. But I also don't want to do it wrong. And learning something brand new like this, um, I just don't want to. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm going to make enough mistakes. Trust me. Playing it, I'm sure I will get mistakes. Punch all the counters out on the right side of the symbols. Okay. You want me to do that for all of them, for both sides? That's a lot of ones to punch out. I could probably do that though after the show, so I don't misstack these, because some of them don't have that a number, but they have symbols. So, all right, I will do that, Jeff. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out and try to get as many as I can done once I'm done with the show, because then I'll have a chance to grab some dinner real quick and get something to drink, and then get it going. Because otherwise, yeah, it might be a little bit to get going. But should be cool. Should be okay when it's done. I'll survive it, Mini Warmut. I will. I'll figure it out. Jeff will help me. So there you go. See, that's one cool thing about gamers, is everybody's willing to help other people. Okay, that makes sense. See, what I was doing was just going line by line by line in the book. Okay, this chick goes on this space. Okay, this one. And I found them until it stopped. And I'm like, where's these other? I can't find these. And I don't understand a lot of what I'm looking at. So, alrighty, I shall do that. See if I can categorize them somewhat, and get them placed. But that's okay. What? What did you say, Mini Warmut? Yep, you're right about that. There, Jeff. I will get them. Do that. Mini Warmut. Mini Warmut says I'm becoming a spawn of Hex to Hex run. What if I don't want to run? I don't want to run. I kind of want to figure this out. I think, to me, that this would be the longest part, would be sorting where things go per scenario, because it's not like the other games I play where, you just start at this end or start at that end or start an inch from whatever side or whatever you're going to do. This is specifically, you don't have that option. You have to start where it tells you to be, I guess, historically correct is what it looks like. And so then I can make moves. But starting out wise, I cannot. Which I'm glad you'll be on later anyways, Jeff, because I think with the terrain that's in this, that would have to take a movement away. I've not read all the rules, so I'm just guessing that if you have X amount of moves for a unit, then you're going to lose some with going up a hill or whatever. Okay, I will do that, Jeff. I'll do as many as I can. What you said here. I will punch out as many as I can punch out and get done. So I just haven't, because of work and doing work around the house and that all week. So it's been a good week, because I've got things done. I had work done to the outside, and I have to get this inside stuff finished up. So it's just taking up a lot of my time after work too. So, but I will do that. And I can't run Mini Warmut. I just don't want to run right now. If I was going to run anywhere, I'd be maybe up to get a sandwich or something. But it's interesting, because right here, Jeff, to the side of me is the map. If you're still on, I will show you. My table. So I'm just doing it from my kids' room because of the work in the front room. Jackhammer them out. No, I was sitting there clipping the edges when they come out because they had these little strings attached, I guess. Yeah. Oh, Hex, you're just hammering them out there while you're sitting here listening. Well, that would not be too hard to do. Some of these are easy to figure out. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do because right here, what Jeff says is key. Because I don't have a point of reference for this game. Like I don't have any background to go off of. So when we all play these other games, we already have an idea of line of sight and movement and whatnot. So you already have a basis for what you're going to do. I have zero basis for this. So, oh my God, 3,000 counters? Well, I'm not at that level there, Jeff. I don't know what this is, but maybe a couple hundred or something, 100 or two. I don't know. There's, got to be at least 200 of them, but not thousands. I wouldn't know what to do. And that's how you felt, Mythos, when you're trying to get into Frostgrave. So, yeah, yep, you hit the nail on the head. So, I have no point of reference up here for that. I just don't. So, the first were simple. These first several lines, dozens of them I got placed. I was able to find where they go without never having done it before. And these rules are not, they're written basically for people who know the game. So, I know they said they try to make it easier on it, but it's still they're using terms like I don't understand some of this stuff. So it's just gonna be a matter of placing them. So that's why Jeff's gonna help me. So again, thank you, Jeff, on Hex to Hex. He's got a cool channel, so you can check him out too, you guys. But we'll see. I'll get down. I'll be okay, Mini Warm. Don't worry, I'm still gonna play Zombicide with you and stuff. I'm not gonna go get lost and I play all sorts of different games, but this I just zero point of reference. I have nothing to fall back to. But once I do it, again, my personal opinion, and have never done it, is once you get the counters figured out where to go, I don't see it taking too long. Now, in Jeff's case, it will. Thousands of counters is going to take you a while. On smaller games like this, I think once you got past the setup, it's just going to be a matter of moving this stuff as how fast you can move it. So, but you're right on the money there, Mythos. You got to have a point of reference to know what it is you've got to do. So that's something that we'll get figured out tonight, and then I'll let you guys know how it goes. I mean, I can let you know and get that taken care of. But yeah, yep. So. Oh, look, Mini Warm-Up, you didn't tell me you were going to play a game with Jeff. That's cool. Congratulations, Mini Warm-Up. We'll get you a Zombicide Punch-Out game. But this time it will be like worldwide type of Zombicide thing. Where the zombies are just taking over everything. Oh, Jeff. Mini Warm-Up responded with, no. Hey, Charles, how are you, sir? Charles says, hello, how are you doing, sir? Yeah, we'll have to try to get you to do something there, Mini Warm-Up. But I don't know what else to say. I'm just looking forward to trying to get it right. That's it. That's all I can do is try and understand. So, Charles, Jeff's going to help me tonight get the rest of these or some of these more chit pieces out on the map and help me understand it. So I think that's pretty cool. There you go, Mini Wormut. Look at what Charles said. Almost sounds like the Borg. Resistance is futile, right? So Mini Wormut's probably right now sending a letter to the post office. Don't accept packages from these people. Probably getting ready to board up the door. Oh, this game he's going to help me with, Charles, is... let me grab the box. The one he sent me, which is the Panzer's battle. Well, that's going to show it backwards, but, Panzer battles. The 11th Panzer, Nachara River. So this... And the map's all based along the river. So you can see how these formations are all strung out. I got the Soviets are what I'm setting up now. So you can see them kind of strung out. And then I have yet to even put one German troop down. Some of those I'm already figuring out. The bottom rows are easy to place. As you move up on these, punch them out. It just, because I don't have a point of reference, I'm not sure. So again, we'll get that figured out. It'll be okay, man. Wormut. Still gonna game. We'll still do Zombicide and all that. It'll be okay. But yeah, that's just a different way of fighting. I think Keegan looked at it. He said he thought it was interesting. It's kind of like, I don't know, almost seems a little bit like Risk. Just you don't have little plastic pieces, you have little cardboard pieces. But again, I see all this terrain, and that's got to, how it affects the movement, I don't know, because I haven't played these, but it's got to affect your ability to make moves as far as it's got to cut you down somehow. Because you're going to be going through not just a river, but looks like high areas, and I don't know what this other stuff is. Hedgerows maybe or something. There's a lot of stuff that's going to impede the movement. Oh, so Charles has played it. He says it's good to go, basically. Okay. So that's the one he's going to teach me on there, Charles. And it's more or less because I don't understand, since you're just joining in, some of the numbers on these chits. I really don't know how it works in that regard. Like I said, I was able to place a bunch of them, and then I just hit a wall. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense there, Jeff. Hex to hex. Terrain affects movement. Roads make you move faster. Rivers and hills of forests slow you down. See, I kind of figured that. I just don't know. I don't know much about movements and stuff on this, but it's just obvious that it's got to affect you, because it would affect you. In other games, you'd have difficult terrain and stuff like that. So exactly how it affects me, I don't know. Other than you're going to get there faster or slow you down. Like you said, you have thousands of minis that need color. You don't need chits. Okay, so I have an idea for you, Mini Wormut. What if I punch all these chits out and I put them in a Ziploc bag? I send them to you. I'll just ask you to do something simple. I want you to take and file down the edges of all of them so that they're smooth, right? Then I want you to hold it with toothpicks, and I want you to drip some clear resin on it, and only do one side at a time, like jeweler's resin. That's what I'm thinking of doing. See where I'm going? Do that. And then when they dry, flip it open and do it. Then my chits will be protected. They will even have a little bit of weight to them, and moisture couldn't affect them. So if you're bored, you want to do that, you could do that. And I won't even ask you to paint them because they're already painted. Well, maybe take a Sharpie to the edges. Different units, you could do different colors. How's that? I think that might be cool. Yeah, that's what I thought there, Jeff. I just need your help in figuring out what's what. Mini Wormut says to my idea to take care of my cardboard chits, one word, fire. That's pretty harsh, sir. That's harsh. And actually, I kind of like the fact that the stuff is on them to a degree. Because I don't know what the book said. I can't remember now. I was reading it. Defensive, attack, and movement are on the counter, something to that effect. Okay. Attack, defense, and movement symbols. So that's okay. At least right off the bat, you know what your numbers are for those in that order. I guess unless you're doing, well, this one's barrage. So mortars or something maybe. I'll figure it out. But I just thought maybe I could give you something to do there, maybe warm up. That's all. Since you're bored. But it's all good. It'll be okay. I don't think it's going to be too terrible of a deal. But that'll be in roughly 2 hours from now, Charles, that Jeff's going to do a video call. So that'll give me time to finish this up and maybe grab some dinner or something real quick and then punch out some of these, get some of these punched out. Because I don't want to do it while I'm talking and paying attention to the chat otherwise. Okay, cool. That sounds good, Jeff. That'll work. As long as I wish there was a smaller scenario that I could start with on it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters only that I get these things placed correctly and then I know what I'm doing. And that would be the other question I guess I'll have for you, Jeff, in case I forget is, well, I have not read the book, so maybe I'll answer my own question. But it's just a matter of movements. Who moves first? You know, I don't know what units are going to move first on this. Like with Soviets, which unit do I move first? Do I move them all on my one turn for the Soviets? Because nobody's going to be within attack range. I don't think. I might be wrong. Maybe they'll place some German units right up next to them. I don't know. But it kind of looks like they're strung out along this river. So, oh no, Mini, no, Mini Warma would never melt his miniatures. It's okay. Geez, I was just thinking of a way to protect them because I could see the one drawback would be as if in my area you don't have to worry too much about humidity in the winter, anyways. But I thought this is what clear resin would be good for, man. You could individually coat these things in, but add a little bit of weight to them too. It would have to be clear resin though. But sure. So eventually, Mini Warm-Up will succumb, Charles. Eventually, there'll be a game that interests him. He'll try. I've just been off and on watching them, Wardrobe and Hex and you guys, and I'm just at some point, it's like, okay, I'm curious, man. And they were cool enough to send me a game. Well, then I'm absolutely going to do my best with it. So there's no reason for me not to. Besides, I invested in the plexiglass, for God's sakes. So I have to at this point. I have to. But only thing is, I know I'm going to have to reinvest again because a 3 foot by 3 foot piece of plexiglass that can cover these two maps. So I guess down the road I'll have to get a bigger piece. But it works pretty good. So far, so good. You're trying to get Hex to play a naval game. Don't they have these in naval? I don't know. I'm just asking. Don't they have these type of games in naval games there, Charles? They should. Like with an ocean map or something. No. I went to Lowe's out here. Lowe's is not low in price. Home Depot is on the other end of town. I could have went there. I happened to be up by where I was. I happened to be up by it's called Menards. And it's when I lived in California, I never heard of them until I moved out here. California has Home Depot, but they don't have Menards. So I got at Menards because they have different size pieces and they happen to have them a 3 by 3 piece. And I got that because I thought, well, I can't really lose, even though they're expensive. I can place it over my vinyl maps that I use for tanks and stuff too, because almost all your maps are 3x3 roughly, or 30x30, something like that. 30x32 is kind of oddball stuff, but it's all within 3 foot by 3 foot. And so I thought, all right, this would be good also to cover them. On this, I absolutely see why you do it, because hell, there's just the map would curl up and start, your stuff would come off and move out of space. Yeah, it would be. Many more you could do that. You could take the plexiglass. You can also have them cut it however you need it. But the next piece up to cut a bigger one is pretty expensive, man. So down the road, maybe. For right now, I'll just move it around because it doesn't cover these two maps completely. If I was just playing with one map, it would be close, but still the map's wider than that. But I could see where it'll work for other stuff too. So yeah, it's all right. It'll be good. But you could do it for the tiles most definitely. It's gotten expensive since they use it for sneeze guards and stuff now. So now plexiglass used to be pretty cheap a couple years ago. So I was thinking, oh yeah, well, pay $15-20. No. And if I got a 4 foot by 4 foot piece, I bet it would cost me somewhere between $70 and $100. It's not cheap for that. So because it was almost $40 for a 3 foot by 3 foot piece, and it still wasn't big enough. Yeah, and I seen that in some of the guys' games there. I went back looking through a few things. I could see where you would write on there, or you could do whatever you need to do, and then it would wipe off. Does it? But here's a question for you, Charles. Does it leave? I know it wipes off, but will it eventually stain it, or does it just never stain it? Is it something that just it comes off and never stains it, or? So I don't know. Kind of like what I get is at work, I got to use a dry erase board a lot. Sometimes, don't tell them, I draw little stick figures and animals and stuff, but technically for work. So but when you do this and you're done, even though you wipe it off with the marker, there's still the outlines of what you drew. And they even make a cleaner that I've used. You spray on there, you let it soak and wipe it off, and still it stained it somewhat. So that's kind of what I was wondering. If it will stain the plexiglass in the long run, or if it never does, then that's great, because I have dry erase markers. As long as I tell Keegan if he comes over to not use a Sharpie, because that would probably stain this plastic pretty badly. But like I said, it'll be good. I can use it. Oh, you bought 2 by 4 foot pieces to cover your 4x6 table. That's a smart way of doing it. When I went in there, they didn't have any small ones like that. They had only like just a handful of these 36-inch ones. And then they had some big sheets. All the smaller sheets were gone. I think people are buying them up for whatever. But that's an interesting way to do it. Mythos, yeah, you're right. Old school lamination. Yep. You could, I guess, I could go get the maps laminated, but you'd never be able to fold it back up. However, yes, you're right about that, Jeff. Jeff says there's a couple scenarios in the book that only use one map. I seen that, but I went to the one where it starts with the full game and thought, I better see what I can do, because I don't know the game. So I didn't want to do a scenario when I don't know the base part of the game. I understand that there was a fight there in history, but I don't understand, in other words, I wouldn't be able to like understand where I'm starting at in the game itself, I don't think. Grease pencils? Okay. But yeah, I mean, I could have started with one map. But again, I don't have the background for that fight. So I just figured let's do it. Or we can do that later if you want, Jeff. That might be easier. I could just take one map, and if you can help me set the scenario up on one of the smaller ones, I'll do that too. Because I mean, I can put the chits in a Ziploc bag or something, and save them for later. They're going to all be punched out anyways, so it might be better to do that. Do a smaller scenario. But grease pencils, you got to erase right away. I think I'll just, if I have to, I'll just use a felt marker. I have to actually find them. I know I have some somewhere. I don't want to use, what am I doing? I don't want to use anything that will mess up the glass, because I'd like to use the glass for other stuff, for other games, other maps, you know. But yeah, well, thank you for the tips and stuff on that, you guys. I'll just see what I can do. But that's what I got for now. I got to get started on it. Is the only thing. So, but anyways, you guys, that's kind of what I got going on for the week, other than getting work done in the house. So I just haven't had no time to do anything miniature wise, because this other work, it just need to be done. So it's being done. And that's all there is to it. By the end of the week, I might be back to my desk there. But again, I'm going to try and rearrange this. This is the kids' old gaming room. And may as well just leave it. It's full of games. So, and Charles says, oh, yeah. Your youngest granddaughter is hard on dry erase markers. Oh, yeah, I bet. Kids are. They're hard on all that stuff. My granddaughter's 7 months old, so we just take her and hold her hand and let her mark, on a little board we got on the refrigerator. And she just has fun drawing on it. She makes all sorts of goofy things, so. Oh. There you go, Mini Wormut. He's got 2 abominable snow monsters done. Nice. What are their characteristics then? What can they do, sir? They got to have something kind of scary. And I guess, how would you kill them off? He's going to finish them off and then figure out a battle, huh? Hey, why don't you put them in a town with some tanks? You could have a winter wonderland fight that just happened to have zombies in it, because why not? Whatever you want them to do. Oh, well, that's even more dangerous, because now you can homebrew them to do whatever you want, make up your own stats. Nice. That'll work. That will work. That's one of those game systems that will let you do pretty much whatever you want to do. Charles says he keeps whiteboards to distract his granddaughter from the games on his table. Well, yeah, because otherwise they see this, they're just going to want to grab stuff, Now you're going to paint zombicide Santas. Are you okay, Mini Wormut? Undead Santas, gingerbread people with spears, a lot of death going on. Yep. Had to fight the gingerbread guys. That is correct, Charles. I wonder if his abominations are going to work with the gingerbread guys, or if the gingerbread army just turns on them, Maybe give them flamethrowers, because nothing made of snow is going to want to be around fire, or a melt-a-gun, something like that, We even have range templates we could use on that, Mini Wormut. Like, see how it works, right? Yeah. Now, my question is, they're not going to be any of that when me and McMurray show up in your town off the train, is there? Because if there is, I need to know in advance. So I need to know, like, I need to prepare my guy so he doesn't get off the train and have a freaking anxiety attack trying to get through the town and, you know, do that because you come up with crazy scenarios that are fun, but nobody expects them, which is a good thing. Ugh. So yeah, you guys, it's been an interesting week, and this room's going to be put to good use. This is where they gamed for a lot of years, and they had a lot of fun. So going to keep it gaming, and keep the gaming table here, and take it from that. Raise a new generation of gamers, man. That's what we'll do. Get them all gaming. And at some point, Charles, will have to help me warm up. That's all. So, okay, Mini warm up. When was the original delivery day? So I don't know if is it scheduled to arrive tomorrow? Was it scheduled to arrive today, but now they're saying tomorrow? Because once I've had that happen to me rarely, but when it does, then you just don't know what day. And they'll tell you it's out for delivery. Oh, they accidentally left it at the warehouse. And you're like, damn it, I was waiting for it today. Now you're giving him ideas, Charles. And elves, he'll give them special powers and stuff. So, but I don't know. What was your original delivery date? I got things so far. I've gotten things on time, other than uh, I got one thing that's just kind of hanging out waiting, and it'll tell you it's out for delivery, but then it's not going to be delivered the day you expect it. Well, that's not an answer. You ask FedEx, and they don't know when it'll be delivered, but it'll be delivered. Okay, so then I guess I got to wait. So, holy crap. But that's released, right? I mean, it's shipped, right? You're waiting for your shipment, or you're waiting for your shipment. So you should get it. I mean, it's obviously out. Clint got his, and I guess it's in the stores now. So you should be able to get it. I mean, you order it from in the States, right? Otherwise, if you're dealing with like Canada and some of these other countries with all this ridiculous customs crap they do, then it can take a forever amount of time. Some of those things will take months, 2, 3 months. But hopefully you'll get it because you're going to like this game, man. It's interesting. Oh, yeah, there's always some sort of issue they seem to come up with. But it's amazing how the planet was just fine. We didn't have any of this delivery crap until that. And then all of a sudden, now we got issues. We just can't get nothing delivered. Sure. I mean, but it does create shortages, which creates demand. No. That'd be a hell of a marketing tool, though, wouldn't it? Let's see here. I don't know. If it's been taking that long and they were saying it was going to be delivered, I don't know. I hope you get it tomorrow, though, so that you can enjoy it and you'll like it. And you'll have to go through the rules for me because, no, I don't have it. And I can only tell you, like I said earlier, what we did, what little I learned playing one game. But it does have a lot of unique stuff that the other ones don't have, or at least that I know of that they don't have. And the options to do these like challenges to be able to upgrade your weapon or get an upgraded weapon, that's kind of interesting. That's pretty interesting. So, you know. So I don't know. But I'm sure you'll let me know when you get it because you'll be excited. And I was excited to find my package from Game Steward. It came pretty much, though, when they said it would. So I'm good with that. However, looks like I'm all caught up on the chat. So I'll probably finish this up in a few minutes here, you guys, so that I can try to do what I got to do to get dinner, and because I do want to eat today for some reason. And then I've got a bunch of chits to pop out, so I can talk with Jeff about that. Oh, well, if you got someone in Glendale that got theirs, I mean, you should be getting yours then, Mini Warm-Up. You should be getting it. Hang in there. I know you're having withdrawals, but you'll be all right. And yeah, you'll be good. So I don't know. Wait and see, man. It's okay, man. Warm up. Just take a breath. It'll be all right. You'll get it. But look at it this way. I mean, you have all these other miniatures you have to paint, right? You've got to get all this other stuff done. And then when that comes, you're going to have another 72 or whatever miniatures to, do something with. So there you go. For me, the ones I got from that sale, I had to put back into the delivery box because right now I have nowhere to paint them on my desk. And so I have to wait till I get this other stuff out of the way. All right. All right. You take it easy, Mini Warma. You're out of here, he says. And yeah, it will happen, sir, when it happens. And it'll be okay. Charles is right. Later, Mini Warma. You have a good evening too, sir. So thank you, Jeff and Charles and Keegan and everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. If you got any questions or you just want to hang out one time, be on the show and talk about your game, just let us know. We'll help you with that. And in the meantime, I'm going to get cracking on this because it's got to get done. I got to get this to where I can start, hopefully during the week, even with the work going on in the house, I can take a break, do some moves, and do like a turn by turn, something short for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. And that way, anybody that watches this that's done it can let me know, hey, no, you can't do this or you can do that, because I'm sure I will make mistakes, which is good. I want to, because I don't know the game. So better to make them and have people help you than to, keep making them. So when I put them out, I do want constructive criticism. Absolutely. And I'm going to ask for that, but got to get it set up first. Jeff, I will catch up with you later, sir. I'm going to try to get some stuff knocked out. Doesn't give me a lot of time on my end to do that because I wasn't thinking about punching all these counters out. But you know what? I'll just start doing it and try to get it done. So we will take it from there. Mythos, you have a good night. Keegan, you too. And I will catch you guys later. All right? Oh, finish the turn on the game you're playing, Charles. Good luck, man. Have a good night.